back. Look at the markets go. So now 86.23 on the Nifty. The Sensex has rallied more than 100 points. The Bank Nifty is back into the green. So from the lows, the Bank Nifty is recovered close to about 1%. And it's actually banks all the way. So if you pull up the big gainers in the last 1 hour or so, it includes an HDFC Bank, an Axis Bank, a State Bank of India, a Yes Bank, ICICI Bank, and HDFC Limited. So if you can pull up the 1 hour movers, you can see it's just the banking stocks which have done well in the last 1 hour, aiding the markets to do quite well. Remember, we don't have any global cues. European markets are shut today. But let's focus on one big star, and that's been Century Plyboard. It's clearly been the star of 2015. The stock has seen a rally of close to about 805% in the last fiscal year. The big question is, will this outperformance sustain? To talk more about it, we're joined by Sanjay Agarwal, the MD and CEO. Good afternoon, Sanjay, and thanks so much for joining in. You know, the big surprise in your earnings last quarter was on the margin front. So can you tell us, how has the raw material cost trended this quarter? Is it better compared to, on a year-on-year basis? Can we expect margins to improve even in this quarter in FY16, or we've seen the best of the margin outperformance?
The margins have improved because the cost of raw material has gone down. You know that Myanmar has stopped export. So the price of plywood and the raw material have gone up in India. But at Century Plywood, we have put up a unit in Myanmar. And because the raw material exports have been banned from Myanmar, the prices of logs have gone down in Myanmar. So that is number one reason.
So that all we've spoken in the past. So, that has already helped your margins come up to these near 19%. So the big question is, from the current 19% margins, can we expect your margins to go up further?
You see, the sustainable margins are not 19%. The sustainable margins are a little lower than 19 actually. It may settle down at 17, it may 17.5 or a 16.5. But I don't think that the margins will now go up in percentage terms.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Agarwal, also wanted to know that you had a competitive advantage in terms of the cost. However, your competition, even Greenply, has now opened a plant in Myanmar. So how do you see that as auguring for Century Ply?
See, we were quite early, even before the laws were banned. We decided because we wanted to be nearer to the source. In Myanmar, the working is like used to be in India maybe in 1960s. So it's going to be quite tough for them to bring up the production to a particular level. And I think they will take another 6 months or 10 months or a year maybe to reach that level of production. The clearances, the logistic part of it, it's going to be quite tough. We have crossed all that. So we are able to now reap the full advantage. They will take some time to reach, yes, but they will.
Okay. So in the meantime, would the company explore possibilities of setting up timber plants in other geographies? I believe the company was exploring even plants in Africa. So has there been any progress on that so that you can maintain your competitive advantage?
I think I have already spoken about the Laos plant which is underway. Regarding Africa, you see, we have already appointed a person, and one of our directors has been given the direct responsibility to go with him to understand, and then maybe in next 6 months time, because Africa is logistically a nightmare. It's so huge. There are countries which are maybe 2,000 kilometers from the coast. They do not have any cost of them, but then they have a lot of timber. So we have to weigh and understand exactly which suits our purpose. We have the right kind of timber at the right price and the logistical benefits. So I think within 6 months or maybe 9 months or a year, we will have the right solution in front of us. It's not going to be easy. But yes, we have already put up our resources behind it, and we expect that we will be able to now crack the code.
All right, Mr. Agarwal, I also understand that you've been expanding your sales force quite aggressively and also your dealer base quite aggressively. So do we see a higher rate of growth than what you've guided, which is 25% for FY16?
We have actually targeted, our annual plannings are complete, and we have targeted a 29% growth. But the undercurrents in the market do not seem to be very, very smooth or good till now. So let's see. Yes. Last year we have done good, but we have not done to our expectations. This year 29% is our target. We will try our best to reach there. If the market supports a little bit, if the movement starts, yes, we will be able to achieve what we want.
Okay. So let me come back to the point about Africa. You said in 6 months you should have a clearer picture about how to, tap the opportunity in Africa. So does that mean that the company is likely to announce, some acquisition or announce setting up of a plant in Africa by the end of FY16?
Yes, absolutely. That is what we are looking at. We are trying to find out if there are existing facilities which we can acquire, or maybe we may need to put up, because it's easier to acquire, but we may need to put up, because we'll be looking at a very long-term perspective, which will help us in the long-term coming 10-year or 20-year with the timber and the logistical advantage. So we will decide absolutely on the long-term perspective.
Alright, I also believe that the demand for plywood will be coming down as MDF is gaining. So any updates on that?
I think I have told earlier also, MDF came to India in sometime in 1984, and still today it's only 5 or 6% of the total market share. Looking at the Indian mentality and the way we work, I don't think that the MDF will really gain very fast. But then one more point, you see, in a Western countries, you don't get interior designers or contractors so easily and so cheaply to do exactly as per your requirement. That is only available to the billionaires. So in this context, actually in India, we all are billionaires. We can get our house done as per our choice. So why will people let go that benefit? Only question could be that yes, you want something very, very early and you want to use and throw maybe in 2 years. That's okay. That is another area which yes, people will use MDF.
All right, Mr. Agarwal, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in and wish you good luck. That's the word coming through from Century Ply. That's all the time we have here in Midcap Radar. Thanks so much for watching.